Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving right into some incredibly transformative material from PureHaven-SA, specifically Kathleen Harding's Module 2 on art and identity exploration. We're going to break down exactly how guided creativity can safely and gently help you reconnect with yourself. And honestly, the best part? We're looking at a completely free resource detailed in the text that you can literally start using today.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like somewhere along the way you just kind of lost a part of yourself? Like maybe you've been so hyper-focused on all those daily responsibilities, managing chronic stress, or just constantly taking care of everyone else, that you simply haven't had the space to stop and ask, wait, who am I right now? The source material completely validates this right out of the gate. Look, we don't lose touch with ourselves because we want to. We lose touch because life just gets incredibly busy, demanding, and frankly, overwhelming.
And when we just put our heads down and push through all of that, well, it takes a heavy toll. So many women suppress or just completely ignore their emotions simply to survive the day. But over time, doing that leads to a profound disconnection from your true identity. You might start experiencing this intense emotional overwhelm or realize you've completely lost touch with what you actually need. You stay stuck in old, unhelpful patterns, and ultimately, you lose direction for your future. It's this quiet, physical, and emotional weight that just keeps building up. Which brings us right to the core concept of Module 2, nervous system regulation. And there is a really fascinating insight here. You can't always logic your way back to yourself. Sometimes you just can't outthink it. Instead, engaging in acts of creativity and using focused attention actually signals your brain to shift out of that rigid fight-or-flight state. By using color and focus as a tool, you're actively helping your nervous system stabilize. It allows you to safely process those heavy thoughts without that massive pressure that usually comes with deep self-analysis. The material brings this whole concept to life using the seriously vibrant warrior woman artwork created by artist Tamara Lee. Now listen, if your very first thought is, I can't paint that, I'm absolutely not an artist, just pause right there. Actually, scratch the word artist entirely. The absolute foundational rule of this process is that you do not need to be artistic, and you don't even need to consider yourself creative. This is not about creating perfect art, okay? It is purely about creating space for you. Kathleen Harding's guide actually outlines 3 simple, super gentle, creative exercises that act as the perfect entry point to this inner work. They are, how do I feel right now? Express without words, and who am I becoming? These exercises are specifically designed to help you rebuild your self-awareness, taking it one very small, incredibly safe step at a time. Let's unpack that first one. Exercise 1 asks a ridiculously simple but profound question. How do I feel right now? Think about it. When you've spent months or maybe even years ignoring your emotions just to get through the day, simply identifying how you feel in this exact moment, that is revolutionary. It helps you begin to actually understand your emotional patterns. The moment you can put a name to what you're feeling, you instantly start to feel a bit more in control of your inner world. It all boils down to this core insight from the text. Awareness creates clarity. It makes sense, right? You simply cannot navigate toward a better future if you don't first know exactly where you're standing today. Becoming aware of your current emotional state isn't about judging yourself, not at all. It is the absolutely vital, foundational first step to finding your clarity and your direction once again. Moving on to exercise 2, express without words. Now this is where the colored pencils and doodles come into play. Why? Because not everything we feel can be explained logically. Sometimes words are just, well, they're too narrow of a funnel for our complex emotions, you know? By turning to drawing, doodling, and just playing with colors, we give ourselves full permission to access those deeper parts of ourselves. It entirely bypasses that critical, logical part of our brain and lets us process those heavy, complex thoughts safely. Ultimately, as the material highlights, expression leads to release. By allowing yourself this nonverbal, purely creative outlet, you're basically giving your nervous system a safe, zero-pressure way to offload all of that built-up emotional weight. You're literally moving the energy out of your body and onto the paper. And the best part? You don't have to explain or justify a single thing to anyone. Finally, we reach exercise 3, which asks, who am I becoming? I absolutely love this because it's such a powerful perspective shift. Your identity isn't fixed in stone. It naturally evolves through your experiences and the choices you make every single day. But without intentional reflection, it is incredibly easy to just stay stuck in old patterns and feel entirely disconnected from your future.
This exercise gives you a structured moment to sit down and actually reflect on your own evolution.
Because, as the module points out, clarity creates direction. When you actively engage with who you are becoming, you're able to reconnect with your core values. You gain crystal clear clarity about where you actually want to go, and that empowers you to start deliberately shaping the person you want to become moving forward.
So if this is resonating with you, the source material actually provides a highly practical starting point. You can go ahead and download the Module 2 Art and Identity Exploration PDF entirely for free. It is designed to be a really gentle, supportive first step. And, if you find that this small exercise helps you reconnect, even just a little bit, you might then consider diving into the full Pure Haven module, which has all that structured support for even deeper exploration. But honestly, it all starts with just giving yourself a little bit of space today. We've covered how suppressing emotions takes a real physical toll, how creativity safely regulates your nervous system, and how simple awareness can give you back your clarity and your direction. So, I want to leave you with one final thought to really reflect on as you go about the rest of your day. Who are you ready to become?